Hi guys, and welcome to All About the Philippines. Now today we're going to touch on something that we don't really touch on or haven't touched much on this channel. In fact, over the hundreds of videos I've done on the Philippines, I've only touched on the subject of poverty on one occasion, and that was over a year ago. And it's something I feel many channels on YouTube steer away from it, and people really don't want to address it or look at it. But my hope is that through this small YouTube channel, maybe we can make a small difference to one child's life. And perhaps from this video, that could snowball into helping more children and more children. So that's my hope with it. And I think that putting your head in the sand and saying it doesn't exist or we don't want to confront it is not an option. So here we go. Now these type of pictures, they're from the Philippines, and they look beautiful, and that's what we associate the Philippines with. Amazing sunsets, beautiful beaches with white sand that seems to go on forever. It's just incredible beauty in the Philippines, but as we're looking at, it's not all beauty. There is that downside. Now, as a foreigner who visits the Philippines on occasions, the hardest thing for me to confront is the poverty and seeing kids in particular and families on the street living in really very poor condition. And you do see that when you're in the Philippines. You may not see it all the time unless you go looking for it, but it's not hard to find either. You do see people living on the streets, sleeping under cardboard boxes, etc. And when you see the kids sleeping on the streets, it becomes quite difficult to deal with. Have a good look at these images and tell me that they don't affect you in some way. Who wants to see children living in these sorts of conditions? Now, you hear on YouTube all the time there's different thoughts from different people about whether or not you should be giving kids and families food on the streets. Some say no, you shouldn't. It just makes them reliant on handouts, or you're only going to be there for a day and then you're gone, and what do they do then? And it creates unrealistic expectations. For me, I think it actually shows them that somebody cares. But whatever point of view you have, there's always another way to do this as well. And there's registered charities in the Philippines that do fantastic work and make a difference to children especially. And that's where my concern is for the children of the Philippines. Now, the one charity I want to point out is doing some great work in Mindanao with small children. That's a Tagum City Children's Relief Inc. Now, they've got a food bank of sorts, and they help very small children who are malnourished down in Mindanao. So I'm going to put a link out there to their Facebook page as well as their website, so you can check it out for yourself. And all the money they raise goes back to the kids. 100% goes back to feeding these children. So there's no administration fees or anything like that. Now, coming from their website, their Facebook site, it says there it costs us 33 pesos per meal to serve a well-balanced meal to 30 severely malnourished babies and 30 mothers every week. It costs us another 81 pesos per child to give them each 3 kilos of rice. That's a total of 114 pesos per child per week, and in 12 weeks we have restored them to health. So that costs 1,368 pesos, or around $30 US, to completely restore the child to health and to change their lives forever. Now, in this picture, it's just a very basic meal that they do feed the kids, but in it, it's nutritionally balanced. And this is what the sort of foods that they will give them to get them out of that malnourished stage and allow them to grow normally as any other child of their age would grow. Now, we have heard about, giving charity in the Philippines, how it can cause problems, especially if you're a Westerner. We heard the story about a foreigner in the Philippines, how there was a bit of strife around that. And so as a result, a lot of YouTube channels run by foreigners who were giving some assistance to children and families have stopped doing that, at least publicly anyway, but they've stopped doing it and they don't want to break any Philippines laws. So my hope is that people can have a look at a charity such as the Tagum Children's Relief, who are a registered charity, they say, so that says that we are a 501c3 charity in the USA and a SEC registered non-profit here in Mindanao. And every cent, they say every centavo goes to feed these babies, and there are no administrative costs. And they have been operating for around 10 years in the Philippines, and in particular Mindanao. So if you're a YouTube vlogger that is been shying away from doing feedings of children because of the laws or whatever in the Philippines, or you're not real sure about it and you just want to be safe, or if you're a viewer of Philippines channels and you've been saying, well, you shouldn't be giving them one-off meals, etc., then you can always donate here and you can help this way. So there's other ways you can do it. If we all just lend a bit of a hand, it can make a big difference in these children's lives and put smiles on these kids' faces like you see here. It's very simple food, has great results. So as I say, in an upcoming video, I'm going to be issuing a challenge that I hope everyone will accept. It's only a small challenge, but it can make a big difference for a lot of kids. And as I say, I make no apologies for talking about poverty in the Philippines. I think it's got to be highlighted on occasions. And it really makes us out here in the West appreciate what we have. A lot of us in places like Australia, America, UK, New Zealand, Canada, wherever, we always have a whinge about how tough we think we've got it, or how we're not happy with our country for certain reasons. Well, this really brings it back to reality and puts it into perspective when you're seeing images such as this. And when you're in the Philippines, you will see things like this. And think about how that makes you feel and compare it to where you're living right now and get a bit of perspective about the situation. Anyway, guys, that's me for today. I hope you've enjoyed the video. If you have, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to share this video, and let's get the word out there. Let's get awareness out there about how we can all do a little bit possibly to help these children and make a little bit of a difference in someone's life. And in the case of these children in Mindanao, probably make a very big difference. And just so everybody knows, I don't get anything out of this at all. This is something that I feel that is a very good charity in the Philippines, and I haven't even contacted them, or they haven't contacted me to do this. This is done because of pure belief in this. I've been following this charity for some time, and I felt it important to get the word out there, or at least try to get the word out there to everybody. So thanks again, guys. Don't forget to share the video around, as I say. Hit the subscribe button, and of course hit the notification bell as well to get more videos. Thanks for watching, guys. Take care, and bye for now.